Hello and welcome to my channel Health and Wellness with Emma Mentel, and also welcome to my fasting update. So for those of you who've been following my fasting journey this week, I'm now about 136 hours into my fast, and it is one of my longer fasts. I usually break my fast by the end of day 5. Last night would have been 5 days, and this is a good 14 hours or perhaps even more in. Excuse me for wiping my face, but it's incredibly hot and humid where I live in Durban, South Africa. So it's almost 11 o'clock, late morning, and wow, a lot of different layers of all kinds of things happening. So just to reassure you, I'm by no means pushing any boundaries. I'm not uncomfortable. Upon waking this morning, my blood glucose was 4.2 millimole per liter, which is still absolutely fine. I don't have any discomfort apart from, I would say, a very minor kind of unsettled stomach, and as you can imagine, no food has been going in, although I've been having lots of water with minerals. I always show this one by 77, but there are other amazing brands around the world. This is in South Africa, what I've been using in several glasses of water a day as an electrolyte and mineral support. Because it's so hot here, and when I'm fasting, I pay particular attention to my hydration and also replenishing minerals, because as we lose water, we're also losing those essential nutrients sometimes, and that can make one feel a little bit weak or headachy. So on all the different levels and aspects, where am I at? I've had a pretty slow morning. I have to say that I've only just had a shower and got dressed. I almost want to say that I'm just not wearing much makeup at all. It's too hot, things just run off. But the word that has been coming up for me since early morning, and what I've been sitting with for the last few hours, is a word that might seem strange in this context, but it's, when you take away food, when you take away your associations with something that could be soothing or comforting, you can feel quite naked. So to relentlessly keep showing up when it feels like there's just nowhere to hide, there's a lot that's feeling exposed. And of course, as I've been mentioning in some of my other videos, this week has had great potential for all kinds of things to be exposed, to be coming up to the surface, with a full moon today in South Africa, and also with a lot of solar flare activity. So then when you fast at the same time, it just feels like things are really, really amplified. That can be uncomfortable for some, especially if you don't enjoy feeling those emotions or those sensations as they show up. And I prefer to reframe it and to use this as an opportunity to really put things under the microscope and go like, okay, what is this? Where else have I felt it? Where else might have I suppressed it previously by eating or by zoning out? So I'm still in the zone of really, really paying attention to what is this feeling like, aside from the fasting journey. So I am still in ketosis. I'm not hungry. I've had the odd wave of hunger, but it doesn't intensify. It comes and goes. My body is producing ketones. My blood glucose is good. I'm not feeling unwell. I don't have a headache. So just purely from a fasting point of view, I think I'm doing pretty well. And one might be surprised, but you only find out when you sort of lean into these kind of things and then observe. And of course, I'm not going to ignore anything that is alarming, and I certainly don't want you to ignore anything that comes up, especially if it's physically really uncomfortable, to really make sure that you're taking good care of yourself, regardless of how new or familiar you are with the fasting journey. So what I have been doing since last night, just to very gently start introducing some nutrients as digestive tract support. My gut at this stage wouldn't be able to really feel comfortable with solid food, with a heavy meal, and I pay a lot of attention to what I introduce after a long fast. So I'm busy making a bone broth. I have put like chicken bones, chicken carcass in the oven to roast, and then I'll prepare a broth with that later. And I prefer to use free range meat, free range chicken, nothing funny added to that. So that broth is usually my best fast breaker, but I didn't make it last night. So last night I thought, okay, probably day 6 I will start to break my fast, and I just felt like my digestive tract needed something to start going in. I love this range, Metagenics, and this particular product is called Phytoganix. It's designed to support intestinal health and immune function. I don't have any immune concerns, but my objective with this add-in has been to support the digestive tract and just to add in gently, very diluted form of nutrients. So the typical dose of this would be a scoop, and I can show you the size of the scoop. So it's about that size will be a dose for somebody who's wanting to add in a good form of nutrients that's easily digestible and easy to absorb. I have used, I would say, less than a quarter. I don't even know it was an eighth of a scoop, but last night I had a little bit of this just to add in something, and then this morning I had about the same. So this is just to add in something that can just start introducing something into the digestive tract for when I'm going to break my fast later. And the blend of this, I'm not going to read through all the ingredients, but you're welcome to Google that and to see what's in it. So for me, a very diluted form of this tropical flavored supplement, which is a nutritional support. And I'm doing this purely for digestive tract support, not because I'm feeling weakened. What I also added in this morning was a scoop of glutamine, and that is really very supportive for the digestive tract as well. I like glutamine from time to time, sometimes ongoing, sometimes in between. So I work very intuitively with my nutritional support. So I'm good, my energy is good. I felt sluggish today, but not weakened, not tired. I then had another look at some cards just for today's full moon guidance, and also for this last day of my fast. I think I will play it by ear. So I used again Divine Abundance by Tasha Silver, and the card I shuffled really well. I was very particular about asking guidance very specifically. So I don't just shuffle cards and draw. I ask a question: what do I want to have guidance about? What do I want to know about? What do I want this card to tell me more of? And this card is right action. I was maybe initially a little bit surprised about this card as the first card, but this card is about letting everything that wants to go, and then that makes it so appropriate and so supportive of this journey, this last day of my fast, and also this day of full moon. So it's been very, I would say it's been an incredible, an insightful journey for me this week, and I've really tuned into what my body has been telling me about. So let everything that wants to go, go, and everything that wants to come, come. So that's being wildly open, and that's really allowing for whatever needs to show up, needs to show up. Whatever needs to be released and let go of, limiting beliefs, self-doubt, any perhaps unforgiveness that is ready to be released. So I prefer to work very intentionally with these kind of add-ons to my fast. So it's not for me just purely a physical journey. It is also a deeply spiritual and a profoundly insightful journey into all kinds of things that are layered. There's no one aspect to fasting. And then the card that I thought, I then asked, can I please draw a card for the viewers? And the card was expansiveness. So this is a card, expansiveness. It's a beautiful image about not being rigid, not being limited, not being constrained, in that ego part that wants to try and control so many things. So it's a very creative process, and I thought for myself and hopefully for you, an incredible gift to consider on this full moon journey. So where to from here? I am going to continue measuring my blood glucose today at intervals, especially if I wonder what it's doing or if I start to feel tired. I will prepare a bone broth later. I'm going to go out into nature to visit a friend, and I'm so grateful for the invitation. I just felt like really feeling grounded, and one can almost try to cocoon yourself when you get later on into your fasting journey and not wanting to be exposed to the outside noises, to the outside turbulence, to the outside, all those kind of things that can feel so overwhelming. But I felt like being out in nature, fresh air, and then just to continue to tune in, to observe what's happening within. And I might add that especially this morning, I started noticing it yesterday, but when I fast, I become very sensitive to noise. I become very sensitive to smells. Everything feels really amplified. So I noticed that if I had the TV on and there was something on my phone, that the noises felt quite harsh. So that was interesting. I needed to turn the volume down of everything. My senses are super attuned now to what's going on. And I'm very used to burning incense in my home all the time, and I have done so for a long time. I like a ritual, so I light candles, there's incense, but I've been almost reluctant to choose particular incenses because it just smells very pungent. So the smells are strong. So I'm going to probably leave that out for the rest of the day. And yes, I do use the more natural sticks, not something that is too chemical. I have a lot of ventilation in my home, so I'm not sitting in an enclosed environment and using very synthetic kind of an incense stick. There is another word for these which I can mention in the next update. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, please share, please leave your comments, and I appreciate you sharing this journey with me. Have a beautiful day and a very blessed and magical full moon day, and perhaps use a ritual like journaling or making a fire or just being outside and looking up at the sky and thanking your body for being so magnificent and being so willing to show up even when things feel so uncomfortable around you. Thank you.